Hi, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. I'm super excited today because I've managed to get my hands on one of these for a couple of hours. This is the Neural DSP Quad Cortex. If you don't know what this is, or you've been living under a rock, this is the latest guitar processor, and it's the first hardware processor to come out from Neural DSP. Neural DSP are known for their software amp sims, and to be honest, they're probably some of the best out there. Now, this initially came to my attention in January 2020 at the NAMM show, where they were demoing this, and I tried it out then and absolutely loved it. What I'm going to do today is to plug this thing in and see how quickly we can get an amp tone from scratch. Now, the thing that I think a lot of guitar processors struggle with is a sort of clean sound on the verge of breakup. I think they do great sort of pristine clean sounds and great high gain sounds, but it's always that you know, really sort of sets apart a valve amp to guitar processors. Now, we're going to see if the Quad Cortex can achieve that. So let's get to it. I'm going to start from a blank patch here. As you can see, it says 4A unsaved. Now, if I click on the plus button, the first thing I'm going to add in my signal chain is a compressor. So I'm going to click on the compressor and let's choose Optocomp. Now, if we go into the compressor, you'll see we've got all our usual sort of controls here: threshold ratio, attack, release, and makeup gain. We've also got this mix control, which enables us to use parallel compression. So I can bring in some of the clean signal as well. So let's just dial that back. Now, at the moment, we haven't got an amp in. This is just a compressor. So it sounds like this. Right, now I'm going to click on the signal chain here and I'm going to drag in an amp. Now, anyone that looks at the channel might have seen my video that I recently did on the Marshall Plexis, the Marshall Studio Plexi, and I absolutely love that amp. So I'm going to try and get the same sort of sound here with the Quad Cortex. Now, we've got all these different amps to choose from, but I'm going to choose British Plexi 50 patch. Now, we don't really want to listen to the amp without a cab on it, so I'm going to click on the signal chain again and choose the cab. I've gone through a lot of these cabs. The one that I really like is this Zilla Custom V30. So let's click on that. So here's the guitar sound straight away. I should just say that the feel of the Quad Cortex is excellent. It actually feels like I'm plugged into an amp. I'm not feeling that latency that I did when I used to plug into my old Kempers. If I click on that cab block, now we've got the choice to move around all the different microphones to the different points on the speakers that we want, and also change the microphones as well. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to choose this dynamic 421. Now, what we can also do is to pan the two microphones left and right. So I'm going to pan the SM57 a little bit left and the dynamic 421 a little bit right. So next I'm going to click on the signal chain again and let's add a delay in. Now I'm going to choose tape delay. And I'm going to turn ping pong on as I want it to be a stereo delay. And let's bring the mix back to about 10%. And let's speed up the delay a little bit as well. Now, lastly, I'm just going to add some reverb. So I'm going to click on the signal chain again. And let's go down to reverb. Let's choose the Hall. I'm only going to want about 2 seconds, if that, of decay. And let's bring the mix back to about 19%. So literally in a couple of minutes, you can get a sound that sounds like this. I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. I really hope you guys got something out of that. Now, I will just say about this, I think it sounds fantastic. It feels fantastic. Now, it feels like you're playing through an amp. You get that immediate attack with the strings, and it's really dynamic. I really can't wait for my actual unit to turn up when eventually they come into the country, but just listening to this one here, I think it's absolutely fantastic and I'd highly recommend it. Anyway, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. I really hope you guys got something out of that, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.